presence of the Lord. The gospel according to St. John chapter 19, verses 25 through 27. Now there stood by the cross of Jesus his mother, his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing by, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." And from that hour, that disciple took her to his own home. He said to his mother, "Woman." Look at your neighbor and tell him, a woman was in it.
Careful, careful.
It's interesting to me that the first word of the third word that Jesus said from the cross is woman. He saw his mother and said, "Woman." He called his mother woman, not mother. Could it be to highlight the role of the woman in his life and death? Could it be that he called her woman so that woman could have her rightful place in his legacy? Although every mother is a woman, every woman is not a mother. So he says woman at the time of his crucifixion to set her face in that place and that space. The men were preparing to go fishing. Only the disciple John was there. Of course, the Roman soldiers looked on. The men on the other crosses hung on. Perhaps a handful of critics were there, but oh yes, the woman was there. Depending on the commentators, there were 4 to 5 females representing the woman. There was, of course, Jesus' mother, Mary, Mary Magdalene, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Salome, the mother of John and James, were there. Now, the first time Jesus called his mother woman was at his first public ministry appearance and miracle at the wedding in Cana of Galilee, when his mother suggested that he do something about the wine that had run out at the reception. Although she may have been out of order to reveal his power so soon, and although he did not necessarily want to expose a miracle right then, he nonetheless was influenced by that woman and did exactly what she desired him to do, and turned the water into wine. Can you look at your neighbor and tell him, yeah, a woman was in it? So here at the cross, he, for the second time, refers to Mary, his mother, as woman, not out of rudeness, not out of disrespect, not out of impoliteness, not out of brashness. He was not like that toward the woman. But could it be that we would know that he honored, even at this most critical time of his life, somebody say, the woman. Jesus' tender affection and sense of responsibility to his mother is nowhere more apparent than here. Jesus took seriously the responsibility of the first birth son to provide for his mother. Jesus assigned John to be her provider and protector. However, the greater emphasis could be in this text that when he saw his mother, he called her woman. Now, most commentators suggest that the reference to her being called mother came out of Jesus not wanting her to feel his pain, or not wanting her to see how he was grieving, and not wanting her to experience any type of heaviness during his final plight, or to lessen the blow of what she was seeing. But I believe, whereas he wanted to and did command her to John's care, I believe that a broader explanation could be the fact that to call her woman was his desire to give the woman the positive and pivotal place in his life, leadership, and legacy. I believe he called her woman so to set the woman rightfully in his ministry, his message, and his mission. He wanted us to know that a woman was in it. From inception to conception, a woman was in it. From his embryonic fetal stage, even to nursing the son of her womb, a woman was in it. Yes, from the cradle to the grave, a woman was in it. From carrying him as the word inside her womb for 9 months and delivering him into the world 33 years before, somebody shout, a woman was in it. From his growing adolescence to his tender teens, to his teachable 20s, and 3 years into his tireless 30s, a woman was in it. Could it be that he called her woman in recognition of the many women who made such an indelible impression on the destiny he came to pursue? Could it be that even at his death, he wanted us to remember that throughout his challenge to fulfill his purpose, a woman was in it? Peter's mother-in-law, the woman dying of a fever, but healed by him, was in it. Jairus' daughter, the woman he raised from the dead, was in it. The woman turned evangelist at the Samaritan well was in it. The woman with the issue of blood who caused the very virtue to leave his body was in it. The Syrophoenician woman whose daughter was vexed and possessed by demons but delivered by him was in it. Lazarus, who he raised from the dead, his sisters Mary and Martha were in it. The bride, a woman at the first miracle wedding in Cana, was in it. The bent-over woman for 18 years, whom he straightened up, was in it. The women virgins, although 5 wise and 5 foolish, they were in it. The woman who lost the coin but got happy when she found it was in it. The woman caught in the act of adultery that freed her from her accusers. Somebody say, yeah, she was in it. The woman handling the yeast and the leaven was in it. And I can't forget Pilate's wife who said, baby, don't have nothing to do with that, Jesus. She was in it. And come early Sunday morning, he knew that when he got up, a woman would be in it. And the woman would be the first one he would say, go tell my disciples that I am alive. Somebody shout, a woman was in it. John, hey John, take care of the woman, Mother Mary. And although she may be the most significant woman in my life, she ain't the only woman. All throughout his earthly ministry, a woman was in it. In the beginning, this third word is the fulfillment of the woman's role from Genesis 3 and 15, where God said, also, I will place a hatred of sin in the heart of the woman and her descendants. The hatred of sin will find its ultimate expression in one of her, Mary's offspring, which is Jesus. Satan, like a striking serpent, will try to kill Jesus, but as a man crushes the head of a poisonous snake with his bare heel to save his children, knowing he himself will die, so the Savior will sacrifice his own life to save those he loves. And he will utterly crush the serpent's head. Living, he loved me, would not be possible if a woman wasn't in it. Dying, he saved me, would not even exist if a woman wasn't in it. Buried, he carried my sins all away. Would not be possible if a woman wasn't in it. He carried my sins away, but he could not do that without a woman. Right? Me. But that would not be possible if a woman wasn't in it. And one day he's coming, that glorious day. Can I get a witness? As long as there is a Good Friday, as long as there is a bloody cross, as long as there is a crucifixion story, there they are. A woman was in it. And I want to leave this word with all of you Sadducees and Pharisees who deny the fact that a woman was in it. And those of you who said a woman can't tell me nothing, I want you to know, please don't say that again. Don't say a woman can't tell you nothing, because it was a woman who told you who your daddy is.